Do you need a tripod for landscape photography? Well, yes and no. See, I kind of feel like I'm in the minority here with my opinion on tripods and its relationship with landscape photography. See, I prefer to not use a tripod most of the time when I'm shooting landscapes. So just to help explain myself a little bit and why I feel that way, I'm going to show some examples of when I would and when I wouldn't use a tripod when shooting landscapes. Behind me here, I have a nice little rocky cliff way up there on that hillside that I would like to photograph. Now in this situation, maybe some people look around for composition, take their camera out, try and find a spot shot handheld. Once they find a shot, then maybe they would take the tripod out, set it up, put the camera on it, get the composition all set up. Yeah, I'm not that kind of photographer. I'm gonna probably leave my tripod packed away in my bag, and I'm gonna take my camera out. I'm gonna look around for a bit, look at the cliff, be like, okay, cool, looks like there might be a shot here. Take the camera out, then I'll start kind of wandering around, looking for a composition through the viewfinder and see what I find. And then when I find a shot I like, as long as I'm not doing a longer exposure, then I'm just gonna snap the shot at different shutter speeds, different apertures, whatever, and just see what I think looks best. And that's generally how I'm going to go about taking this photo. So I'm walking on the trail here, and I see this nice other cool little, very rocky, you know, kind of cliff jutting up there above the whole rest of the landscape. And I'm like, hey, that looks like a nice shot. I want to get that. Now, I'm not going to take the tripod out for that. I don't really find that that's necessary. I'm doing a quicker shutter speed, and I just don't think it's necessary. So I just stop, find a composition, and you know, snap the photo, mess with my settings, got the shot. No need to take the tripod out for me in that scenario. See, for me, I feel like the tripod gets in the way between me and my creative process. And I just find that it slows me down a bit. I feel like it's a tool that's really valuable when you need it. But when you don't need it, I'm not going to use it. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people who like using a tripod for your landscape photography. If you like using your tripod, then I think you should by all means use it, because, you know, photography is all about the enjoyment of being out in nature and taking photos. So I feel like if you enjoy it, then you should use it. But for me personally, I find that it's just a bit cumbersome and kind of just gets in the way of the creative process for me. And maybe that's just because that's how I developed my photography style and my skills. I just didn't use a tripod very often unless I needed it. Next, I'll give you an example of when I would use a tripod. So let's do that. So I found this raging river here, with this little bridge back here that I like. You know, maybe I like bridges and I want to photograph a bridge over a creek. Now, personally for me as a photographer, I like my water to be in motion in my images. So, I'd probably come down here, get in the creek like an idiot, walk around and hopefully not fall down, because that would suck. It's really cold water, by the way. And, you know, find a composition handheld, hold the tripod out once I find a composition, set onto the tripod, you know, do 2-3 second exposure, and take the photo. I think you kind of need the tripod to hold your camera steady for, you know, 2 seconds or more. For the image stabilization of this camera, it's just not practical to shoot that handheld. If you figure out a way to do that, let me know. That'd be great. Because I would like to just not have to use a tripod at all, to be honest with you, but you gotta do it sometimes, you know. Like I said earlier, like the tripod's a tool that you use for your photography when you need it. For me, that's what it is. It's a tool. When I need it, I use it. When I don't need it, I don't use it. Now, if only I could get my camera to just levitate in midair when I'm filming these videos, so I wouldn't have to get my tripod out and use it for that, but I haven't figured that one out quite yet. And if you guys figure out how to make your camera levitate, please let me know. That'd be great. You know, I'd prefer not to have to use it for this either, but I guess that's what I get for deciding to be a landscape photographer, YouTuber. Gotta use a tripod. Okay, so actually one more example. If you were to watch my last video, I was at a place called Surprise Lake, shooting a mountain called Mount of the Holy Cross. I was looking to get a nice reflection and some really smooth water, like glass out of the water for the photo. So I actually did use a tripod and a 3-second exposure for that photo. You go back and watch my last video at the very end of the video if you're interested in seeing that photo and where I took it. But I just wanted to put that in there very quickly as another example of when I, have used or would use a tripod in different, shooting conditions. So, going back to the question presented at the beginning of the video, do you need to have a tripod to do landscape photography? And I would say the answer is still yes and no. See, it just depends on the style of photography you're doing, like the style of photographer that you are, like what do you like to photograph in a landscape. Because I will say that there are many photos that I've taken that if I would have relied on a tripod to get, I wouldn't have gotten the photos, because I would have been, messing around trying to get the tripod ready instead of focusing on the composition and getting the photo. And I think that those photos that are kind of like, you only have just a few moments to capture them, those are the photos that you're probably not going to capture with a tripod. If you're just seeing the moment happen and you're like, oh, sorry, I gotta get my bag, I gotta pull up my tripod, get it ready. Those are the photos that to me makes me not really enjoy using a tripod. I love the freedom of going handheld. Your tripod, just as your camera, your lenses, your filters, your bag, everything, they're all tools to help you as a photographer take photos. So to me, it's like the tripod needs to be used, and it's a tool that's going to get the job done. That's when I use it. Which I think I kind of showed that example in this video, hopefully. Maybe it was just me just talking complete nonsense. I'm not really sure, but hopefully it wasn't just complete nonsense. But yeah, let me know. Do you guys like using tripods in your photography? Are you more like me and you prefer not using them and only do when you have to? Subscribe below if you would like to see more videos about landscape photography and other topics such as this. There's a storm rolling in right now. It's quite windy. Don't know if hopefully you can hear me all right. Also, yeah, follow me on Instagram at envision_adventure, and my website is envisionadventure.net. All linked below in the description. Check it out. Greatly appreciate it. And yeah, until next time, go out and shoot some cool stuff with or without your tripod, whichever you like. Yeah, we're not judging here. Whatever you like, go do that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.